live to the Brevard Sports Network here for Thursday night spring football here from Holy Trinity. Our first game of 3 today in this Jamboree is the Palm Beach Christian Saints and the Satellite Scorpions. We apologize for the slight late start, making sure all of our equipment is ready to roll as the first drive started with Palm Beach Christian ball. They got it up to 3rd and 8. Satellite's defense was playing well, and then a fumble came, and right as this broadcast began, you saw it, Satellite recovered it, and now it'll be 1st down and 10. Satellite at the Palm Beach Christian 27-yard line off of the fumble recovery. As for the 4th consecutive year now, the Satellite Scorpions with a different quarterback starting here in the spring games, or projected week 1 starter. 4 years ago, it was Mr. Malkin at the helm for Satellite. 2 years ago, it was Mark Hinkle. And last year, it was Ethan Rafel. And this year, it is set to be rising senior Dylan Vigliotti, who you'll get a taste of here in a minute. The officials have reversed the call. I'm trying to figure it out here. It looks like they're signaling 3rd down. So that fumble not ruled a fumble anymore for whatever reason. Now 3rd down. I believe it was a penalty called before the fumble. So it's 3rd down, Palm Beach Christian, as they have 2 receivers split to the near side. And we got whistles here before the play. Quarterback is Derek Flanders for the Saints. And the official is going to convene here after an early whistle. As we welcome you all here to the Brevard Sports Network. As well, it seems like, school year winding down, but football season just beginning. Practice begun a few weeks ago for these guys. And now spring football getting a little bit of a look ahead to the fall and see where some of these teams are at again tonight. We'll see Satellite, Palm Beach Christian, and Holy Trinity. And we'll see how these teams may be looking towards the fall. And although it may not count for record, definitely means something to go out here, show off your skills, and again, look ahead to the fall and see who's going to be a team to beat. As it's going to be 3rd down and 13 now for the Saints at their own 22-yard line. Our first sponsor here is Natwick Insurance. We'll tell you more about them at our first break in the action. 3rd down and 13 for the Saints. 2 receivers split. They're going to hit the screen out to number 1. He sheds the first tackle, try to bounce outside, and he'll be brought down by a few Scorpions. Leading the charge was number 9, Mitchell Tharp. And we don't have the number 1 on our roster, unfortunately, so if there's anyone watching from Palm Beach Christian, let us know who number 1 is. But nonetheless, there's a screen pass, hauled in for a gain of about 4 yards. It's going to bring up 4th down and 9 for Palm Beach Christian on their opening drive at their own 26-yard line.
Something like that, Alan, something like that.
As it's going to be punt formation here, seems like for Palm Beach Christian, possibly.
This is one of the very few spring games that's kind of taking place.
Snap high. Luckily, no rush in the spring game, so number 2 will get away, and it's a short one. It's muffed and fielded by Satellite. Number 20 gets under it. That's Colin Roddy. And with that, Satellite will take over for the first time in this game. And as I mentioned, for the 4th year, a new starting quarterback in this game. It's Dylan Vigliotti, but Vigliotti's not entirely new to starting for Satellite in his sophomore season. Now 2 years ago, Mark Hinkle went out injured. He played a majority of that season in the starting role. Last year was slated to possibly be the starter or be in a quarterback competition with Ethan Rafel, but he got injured preseason and was out for the season. So Vigliotti now back from injury and ready to go here at the helm. You can see the brace on that left knee, but he's ready to go 100% here ahead of his senior season. As we got 2 receivers split far, 1 to the near side for the Scorps, 1 running back here, and that's where they're going to hand off to start. That's Logan Waite right up the middle. Waite thundering through the defense there, and that's going to be a solid gain on 1st down. It's going to bring up 2nd and short for Satellite on a nice run by Logan Waite.
I feel like that's what you're going to see a lot of Satellite this year. Look, they do have a senior at quarterback, Dalen Vigliotti, but I think they're really going to try to help him by establishing that run game.
Well, you got Noah Flores, you got Logan Waite, 2 top rushers, and then Vigliotti himself's an athletic quarterback. That's number 5 in, handoff up the middle. Logan Waite will get across the 30 for the first down. Actually, in right now at quarterback is sophomore Brody Grennan.
Okay. So
still a 4th different quarterback in a row, but, I mean, maybe Vigliotti's still injured. I don't know the case. It is also a spring game, so for whatever circumstance, a sophomore Brody Grennan is starting here for Satellite, and it's 1st and 10. Scorps already at the Palm Beach Christian 29, and Grennan came in late game a few times last season, I remember, and he looked pretty solid. He was the JV starting quarterback last year for Satellite, as this time it's going to be a jet sweep to Noah Flores. Flores cuts up inside, breaks the tackle. Flores spins off another tackle inside the 10-5, touchdown Satellite. And that's a familiar name, Caleb. Noah Flores to the house on his first carry of the season for a 29-yard touchdown off a jet sweep.
Noah, I mean,
that's what he does.
It is what he does. We had the privilege of covering him back when he played for at one time, Satellite Beach Seahawks, then turned to the Satellite Beach Scorpions. When he took that Scorpions team all the way to the national championship final, where they fell to a good team. But again, it was Noah Flores who was the catalyst of that team.
On for the extra point is now rising senior kicker Caleb Garner. And the hold, that is Vigliotti doing the hold. So I think him and Grennan took a few reps each on that drive. Garner's first kick is good. And with 7:51 to go in the first, it is 7-0 in favor of Satellite. So I believe for these games it's going to be a half, so 2 quarters worth of time per game. It'll be the 3 games, obviously Satellite, Palm Beach Christian, Satellite, Holy Trinity, and then Palm Beach Christian, Holy Trinity. Not necessarily in that order, but just a round-robin style jamboree just to get things started this season here in the spring. And it starts off for Satellite with a 29-yard Noah Flores rushing touchdown, breaking 2 or 3 tackles on his way to the end zone. And again, that's what you expect. Flores on their roster is listed position athlete because he can pretty much do whatever. He can be a running back. He can be a receiver. So yeah, you can't really put Flores in a box.
I want to say not only that, he can play defense too. He's a pretty darn good safety, sideline to sideline.
Leading their interception leader last season was Noah Flores. It was also their leading rusher. As we're gonna have a timeout, Satellite here as they're having some trouble with substitutions, and well, that's something you're gonna have in the spring game. That's why you play it. You try and get these kinks worked out for some of these new players to varsity probably, or some new systems you're running. So that's going to be an early timeout for Satellite with 7:51 to go in the first quarter.
Let's thank Natwick Insurance for stepping up and being a big sponsor here on Brevard Sports Network. They are our title sponsor. BSN is powered by Natwick Insurance. We have another great sponsor on tap. We'll tell you a little bit about them as we have our next break.
I don't think the game's finished up yet, but I know today the Viera Hawks baseball team is on in the regional or the final, the state final four.
So the last update Alan put up was that they were scheduled to slated possibly at 5:30 at the earliest. There's a lot of weather over there in Fort Myers today.
Well, luckily here today, clear skies, sunny day, and hopefully this is a sign of what's to come in the fall with the weather for football, because normally Mother Nature doesn't enjoy the sport.
Hey, hush, hush. We will talk about Mother Nature in the fall when we get there.
First down and 10. Palm Beach Christian from their own 25. First drive was a 3-and-out. This pass going deep down the field with a step. It's hauled in, breaks the tackle, and it's going to be a 1-play touchdown for the Saints on the other end, as that's going to be a 75-yard strike for Palm Beach Christian right down the sideline. From Derek Flanders to, it looks like, number 8, Senegar Smith. And that's a strike down the sideline right over the top as he got past C.J. Benson down the sidelines. And that was it. Breaks the 1 tackle right as the catch was made, and then it was just a clear path to the end zone as Palm Beach Christian wastes no time responding with a touchdown of their own on the first play of their second drive.
Beautiful throw and a
absolutely
beautiful catch. And here's what I mean by beautiful throw. Someone say, well, you're supposed to hit that. Yes, but in a spring game, it's your first rep against live competition. Sometimes as a quarterback, your eyes get wide out there.
Even then in high school, that's not a guarantee to make that throw downfield.
Absolutely, and he put it right where he needed to. He didn't overthrow his receiver. He put it right in his breadbasket and let his receiver do what he does best, and that's run down and cash in for the payday.
Now Palm Beach Christian's going to go for 2, going for the lead here. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Jimmy Chamu, and it's a pile right at the line going down short, so Satellite will hold the lead through the conversion, 7-6. Scorps with the advantage as Jimmy Chamu up the middle will not go anywhere on that run. But still a 75-yard strike from Derek Flanders to Siniger Smith to get Palm Beach Christian on the board. Satellite will take back over on offense. No kickoffs in the spring game, so they will just start at their own 25-yard line here. On their first drive is a 29-yard rushing touchdown by Noah Flores on a jet sweep to get the Scorpions scoring started here in the spring game, hosted by Holy Trinity. You'll see the Tigers coming up in one of the next games.
Next game I believe we get is Holy Trinity versus Satellite.
There's the Brevard County matchup, and then the final game, therefore, would be Palm Beach Christian and Holy Trinity to round out the day.
This is like, so as I was starting to say, this is one of the few spring games taking place. Alan and I were kind of talking yesterday. There's not many spring games being played. A lot of teams are kind of opting to go towards like inter squad scrimmages. Cocoa traditionally has kind of been doing that lately. Titusville's going to an inter squad scrimmage.
One deep safety now for Palm Beach Christian. It's going to be a handoff up the middle again for Satellite. Logan Waite running up ahead again. And that's another good chunk yardage run for about 7 yards. And Waite averaging now 7.5 per carry, 2 rushes for 15 yards already. And it's going to be 2nd down and 3 for Satellite from their own 32. And for Satellite, you love what you're seeing with the run game right now. Obviously, Flores' run went for the 29-yard touchdown, but as I said, Waite with 2 rushes and 15 yards already on the ground and pound play. Haven't seen a passing play yet for the Scorpions. And at quarterback again is Brody Grennan. And Grennan with another handoff up the middle to Waite. Waite finds a hole, gets through. 1st down and more now for Satellite up to their own 45-yard line. That's a big 1st down. That's a gain of 13 yards that time. Now 3 rushes for 28 yards for Waite. And it's 1st down and 10 Satellite at their own 45.
What I love there, right now the offense line is like, all right, we don't know what's going on outside, but we know what we got to do. They're coming downhill and making it to 2nd level and opening up holes for Waite.
1st down and 10 Satellite at their own 45. Now Vigliotti in at quarterback. Handoff to Waite. This time not much room to run. He's only going to get 2 yards there. And you'll see 2nd and 8 now for Satellite up from their own 47. But as I mentioned, now Vigliotti in at quarterback. So what I'm seeing here is possibly for Satellite, we may be having a quarterback competition. I don't know if that starting role is locked up yet. The sophomore Grennan or now the senior Dylan Vigliotti, we may be seeing a competition throughout the offseason.
I like that. Coach Helton wants the best for the team, and what I like about he'll make guys compete. Yeah. No spot is secure, no spot is safe. You want it, you got to earn it.
2 receivers near, 1 far. Another run for Waite. This one's going to go for a loss of those yards he just gained, as he's going to get knocked all the way back to the 45 for 3rd and 10. And now a lot of that blocking up front was going really well. That offensive line was holding tough and making holes for Satellite. Now it's starting to collapse on top of Waite. That one's a loss of a yard. Instead, it's going to be 3rd and 9 now from their own 46-yard line. You're in a good part of the field to possibly think about going for it if you don't get it here. But again, that offensive line was holding strong for Satellite. Now Palm Beach Christian starting to pick up on the strategy for Satellite. You may want to see a pass play here on 3rd and 9. As it is Vigliotti dropping back, quick throw on an out route. It's hauled in. And it's going to be a gain of 2 yards by Noah Flores, but can't break free. There's a second. The ball hit his hands. A receiver was on his back, or a defender rather, was on his back. And it's going to be 4th down and 7 now for Satellite from their own 48-yard line. And again, you're in that no man's land between the 40s here if you're Satellite. Do you think about going it? Maybe punt the ball. We'll see what seems like the offense still on the field. So doesn't seem like too hard of a decision for Coach Helton. It's going to be 4th down and 7, and the Scorps are going to go for it from their own 48-yard line. 4:42 to go in the first quarter. Brody Grennan drops back to pass. Blitz coming. Grennan's going to go down, and that's a huge loss brought home by number 2. Jimmy Chamu. And that's going to be a turnover on downs and a loss of about 10 yards. Big play by Chamu on 4th down, and now going to be 1st and 10. Palm Beach Christian taking over in plus territory.
Chamu coming down from that linebacker position, came right through the C gap, which opened up between that guard tackle split. Came right on through, had a free shot at Vigliotti. Good job, good job at check that. Let's try Grennan. Sorry, free shot at Grennan, wrapped up, brought him to the ground. That's exactly how you coach it up.
Grennan was still trying to make a play, running with him around his waist, but no one getting open in that split second. He had to concede it. And with that being said, it's going to be 1st down and 10. Palm Beach Christian from Satellites 38. This is the first time they've crossed midfield, as their touchdown was a 75-yard play on their first play from scrimmage of drive number 2, now starting drive number 3. Satellite has the lead still, but Palm Beach Christian definitely has swung the momentum in their favor here with the last few drives.
Two.
So we get set to go here. 1st down and 10 for Palm Beach Christian at Satellite's 38-yard line. Great starting field position thanks to the sack by Jimmy Chamu of Satellite. Quarterback Brody Grennan on 4th down sets him up with 1st down for Palm Beach Christian. Their first drive ended in a punt. Second drive ended with a one-play 75-yard touchdown pass. And now 1st down and 10 once again for the Saints. As quarterback Derek Flanders gives the handoff up the middle. Satellite's defensive front gets through for a big loss, as that was a give to Eugene Thellet for a loss of about 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 15 now for Palm Beach Christian to Satellites 43. And I think that may have been an RPO style play there, because the quarterback Flanders, after he handed it off, kind of motioned to the sideline after it was a loss to say, I should have thrown the ball there. And he gives it to Thelot there, and it goes for a loss of 5, a loss of 6.
Again, you're going to see that. You know, you've been working on base plays all spring season long, kind of try to get your bread and butter down. And you'd rather have these kind of, have it now so you can kind of study it in the offseason and find out where you need to start from.
2nd down and 15 now for Palm Beach Christian from Satellites 43. Play fake, going deep again over the top. 2 defenders there, and it goes right through the hands of the Satellite defensive back there.
It's number 9.
Mitchell Tharp, and that one was underthrown. The seam was open there for an instant, threw it a little quick on the route. Satellite had 2 defenders there, goes right through the hands of Tharp. That pass was right to him. But then his other DB who was in range didn't go for it off the tip. For Satellite, what should have been a clear interception now is going to bring up 3rd down and 15 for Palm Beach Christian, as the Saints are going to take their first timeout here with 3:36 to go in the first half of the game.
But you saw Tharp. Tharp was staring at his hands like he knew he had it. Personally, I think what happened, he looked, he saw some open green grass, and again, I don't care what sport it is, basketball, baseball, any sport with a ball, you take your eye off the ball for that half second, it can be that moment between glory and disaster.
Tough play there, too, is you have 2 guys in range. It seems like if one guy doesn't get it, the other one will, and the fact it hits the turf for Satellite's just a tough break. Good thing is your defensive front already put you in good position now with it being 3rd and 15. But definitely a lucky break there for Palm Beach Christians. They tried to take the top off the defense again. Satellite responded a lot better there, undercut the ball there on a low pass, and nearly got a big interception. 3rd down and 15 for Palm Beach Christian from the Satellite 43. Flanders in the shotgun again. Motion is Ryan Ferdinand. Drop back again, rolling out of the pocket is Flanders. Flanders getting ahead of the defense. He's going to tuck it and run. Flanders will be pushed out of bounds after a decent game, but just going to get back to around the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Not the play they wanted to have, but one that Flanders had to take with pressure coming downhill. He was pushed out of bounds by number 27 for Satellite, Drayden Mitchell.
I'd like to welcome John Natting, watching from Indiana.
And they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 7 from the Satellite 35 as Palm Beach Christian not willing to give up on this great field position. It'll be 4th down. 2 receivers either side, 1 running back with Flanders. Satellite brings a blitz. Flanders lets it fly down the sideline again. The defense is there, and Tharp gets this one. And Tharp with a good return, blocking in front. Mitchell Tharp gonna get inside. Tharp with room to run, back outside. One man to beats the quarterback, and he's gonna make the touchdown saving play with a flag back around midfield. But Tharp gets his get back there on 4th down, gets the interception, and nearly makes it a 95-yard pick six, but we do have a flag down on the return.
And the Palm Beach Christian coach pointing, and I think it's gonna be on a crack.
There's one down there too.
I think it's going to be on a crackback block.
Well, there's one flag up there midfield, but the one he's pointing at is back where the interception was made. That could be something else.
All right. Well.
It's a personal foul on Satellite, but it has nothing to do with the interception itself. So it'll be Satellite's ball, but it'll be a 15-yard penalty. But good for Tharp there. He makes the play in the same fashion as he missed before 2 plays ago. That's a great way to get back, get your confidence up, and it was a great return. Nearly broke it. Flanders makes the touchdown-saving tackle, but again, the flag would have negated it either way. But Mitchell Tharp with a big-time interception for Satellite.
Yeah, and yeah, watching it back, it was the crackback block. And typically on interceptions, when you see a flag like that, it's either holding on the return or 9 times out of 10, it's the crackback block. And look, that's the football instinct. You're trying to make sure there's no one that's going to touch your returner. And sometimes you can get away with it, and sometimes that ref sees you. And
now the tough break here is that flag was thrown, and that's going to put Satellite back at their own 3-yard line, which is great to get the interception for Tharp. But now, if that's just a turnover on downs, you have it at your own 35 instead of your own 3-yard line. I mean, that's a net loss of 32 yards now for Satellite, and they're stuck in a rough situation here to start this drive off the interception by Tharp. Vigliotti drops back 5 yards into the end zone, lets it fly down the sideline. Noah Flores is there over the top of the defense, and Flores with a big gain over midfield. As that's going to be a gain of about 50 yards to Noah Flores over the top as he's tracked down by Jeremiah King to save an even bigger play. But Flores again makes the play downfield, already up to about 80 all-purpose yards for Flores. And he's got it 1st and 10 now to the Palm Beach Christian 47. Good throw there by Vigliotti from his own end zone. And a big-time play for Satellite.
2:57 left to go here in the first half of this one.
50-yard pass sets Satellite up in Palm Beach Christian territory for 1st down and 10. As Grennan back in the game at quarterback, he drops back to pass, throwing the slant over the middle. It's hauled in with room to run, and that's going to take it all the way. Touchdown Satellite. 47-yard touchdown pass from Brody Grennan to Story Coates. And it's a 2-play drive, 2-play 97-yard drive for Satellite. And it's a 47-yard play to cap it off from Brody Grennan to Story Coates. And Satellite's going to extend their lead here with a nice pass. That's a quick slant, but the fact is there's room to run on this side of the field, so it's a quick catch. Not a lot of yards in the air for that ball, but a lot of yards after the catch for Story Coates.
Yak, a quarterback's favorite stat. Because it's not separated to a quarterback. It all just goes into, oh, yeah, he passed for that many yards.
And we'll see. Looks like Satellite is going to go for 2 this time. They kicked the extra point last time. Now trying to go ahead by 2 possessions and go up by 9 if they can get this.
Sean Hartman, I agree that was a nice throw.
We got a timeout here for Satellite. They're second of the game so far. 2:33 to go in the first quarter. 13-6 Satellite with the lead pending the conversion here. And, Coach Helton trying to be the opportunist here with Palm Beach Christian missing their extra point to say, well, if we can get this, that's a 2-possession lead. Why not? Why settle for an 8-point lead when you can go for 9, especially in the preseason? Now we'll see if they stick with it with a timeout here, or if they change things up.
Sean, how's your guy doing? I haven't had a chance to talk with you guys over the little layoff. How's Sean doing?
As the teams take the field here out of the Satellite timeout, Scorps are going to go for 2 after the 47-yard touchdown by Story Coates from Brody Grennan. It does seem like for Satellite right now, every play they're alternating Grennan and Vigliotti at quarterback, as Vigliotti's back in for the 2-point conversion after Grennan gets the credit for the touchdown. Running back with Vigliotti is Liam Nolt. Man in motion coming across. They're going to hit the jet sweep. No, a keeper by Vigliotti. Good head fake and a 2-point conversion. Good for Dylan Vigliotti off the fake jet. Great fake.
And that was kind of the success that we saw in that sophomore, that sophomore start. He came in against Heritage in his sophomore year, and we kind of started seeing a lot of that, quarterback option type, RPO. He's a really athletic quarterback, and if he can get in some open space, watch out. He's going to make some people miss.
That was just a great fake, too. Had me faked out as well. Colin Roddy coming across. Vigliotti, good fake. Takes it straight up the middle for the 2-point conversion, and Satellite's ahead by 2 possessions now by 9 points. It's 15-6 in favor of the Scorpions off the 47-yard touchdown by Story Coates and the 2-point conversion by Dylan Vigliotti. Now, last time Satellite scored a touchdown, the very next play, Palm Beach Christian scored a 75-yard touchdown. So I know for them, they would love to do that again. So we'll see if the Saints can find success again. Their last drive ended on a 4th down interception. Derek Flanders drops back and they go to the screen here. Bubble screen, it's dropped. Late whistle, it is going to be an incomplete pass. As dropped by Ryan Ferdinand as he looked upfield before he secured the ball that time. As it seems like Palm Beach Christian really wanted that deep ball to hit again. That's when the interception came. Now going back to some screen passes and some quick hitters. That one's just one you got to haul in any way you can.
And that's the thing. They had the numbers. They had the numbers on the outside there. They went to it. And if he's able to make that reception, Jackson, there's no telling he's at least getting to midfield.
2nd down and 10 coming up now for the Saints at their own 25-yard line. Flanders will give up the middle this time. Good run there by number 2, Jimmy Chamu. And that's going to bring up 3rd and short. Good carry up the middle for the Saints. Chamu, well, not a lot of run plays so far by Palm Beach Christian, but now they go to the ground and it goes fairly well. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Saints at their own 33-yard line. Especially in a spring game here, possibly 4-down territory, as long as the distance stays this close. 3rd and 2. Flanders alone in the gun here. He's going to bring a man into the backfield. It's Ryan Ferdinand. And it'll be a give to Ferdinand up the middle, trying to bounce it outside. Ferdinand gets the edge. 1st down and more down the sideline. One man to beat. The safety trying to cut him off. And he cuts back inside. Touchdown, Palm Beach Christian. Ryan Ferdinand takes it all the way for the score. That's going to be a 67-yard touchdown for Palm Beach Christian. And that's just good blocking. They secure the edge. Ferdinand gets it outside, cuts back in to break the final tackle. And Palm Beach Christian, as I said, responds right back after Satellite scores on their 3rd play with a 67-yard touchdown. And again, that one you got to credit to your guys up front. Good blocking. And for Ferdinand turned on the Jets, and it was over before it started for Satellite.
And the other key thing, and I'm going to say this, any high school receiver that's watching, you want to make yourself notice to a scout, block downfield or block at the line of scrimmage. Everyone's making those highlight catches. Of course you got to make the highlight catches. But if you're a receiver and a scout sees you're willing to get downfield and block for your guys, that will stand out more than the highlight, catch at the pylon.
They're going to go for 2 once again. Derek Flanders in the gun alongside Jimmy Chamu. Flanders is going to take it himself on a bootleg, cuts back inside, stays on his feet for 2 points, and this game is back within 1. 15-14 Satellite with the lead, but Palm Beach Christian puts 8 back up on the board to cut it back down to 1. And a nice 2-point conversion by Flanders. as both quarterbacks have now run into two-point conversion. And it's 15-14 as the Saints keeping it close here. It's going to be Satellite's ball here, starting at their own 25-yard line with a 1-point advantage in this game. This one going back and forth. Nice start to the football season here on a Thursday night.
We'd like to wish good luck to Vieira football. They are in I believe, a 4-team Jamboree, 4 or 5-team Jamboree over in St. Cloud.
As Dylan Vigliotti in to start this drive at quarterback. 1st and 10 Satellite at their own 25. Vigliotti drops back to pass, lets this one fly wide open down the sideline. It's hauled in by Colin Roddy. One man to beat. Roddy gets to the outside, and he's going to get dragged down inside the 20. But a huge play to start for Satellite now, as it's just big play for big play. We got whistles back here, but a huge play by Roddy. That's going to be a gain of 50. But I think we're going to get a penalty on Satellite here.
Illegal man downfield.
And that's a simple, that's just a procedural penalty. That negates a massive 50-yard gain by Colin Roddy, where he wasn't even covered. And if it wasn't for the last defender, Carlos Powell, getting a hand around his jersey, he would have been gone.
And as a lineman, I'm not going to lie, that is one of the worst gut feelings is when you get that big play on the pass play and you find out you were that guy who was, a 1.5 yards, 2 yards downfield. It makes you sick to your stomach.
On certain RPOs and plays, it's understandable, but that one, it was a very quick pass, and he was wide open. There wasn't really a reason for anyone to get out of the offensive line zone there and go downfield. So, yeah, I don't know if someone didn't report eligible that was supposed to go downfield or just a simple mistake there, but that's a play that definitely didn't need a lineman to go downfield because Roddy was wide open from the jump. 1st and 15 now for Satellite, backed up at their own 20 as the penalty negate 5 yards and negates 50. Low snap ball on the ground, and now that's a loss of 2 more as Brody Grennan, 10 more, or 5 more. One of those.
So some number between 1 and 9.
We're going to settle on one I didn't say, 6-yard loss there. So it's going to be 2nd down and 21. And you can see the accordion effect now. You start by losing 5. Now you have a play like that. Instead of that being down at their 20-yard line, that's back at your own 20-yard line. So it starts to pile up there. Now 2nd and 21 for Satellite, back at their own 14-yard line. That's a smart play by Grennan. I mean, you don't want to give up an easy scoop and score there in that territory. But now Vigliotti back at quarterback. As he drops back, he's going to step up in the pocket, take off up the middle. Nowhere to go that time. It's going to be a gain of 1 or 2 yards. And it's going to be 3rd down and long for Satellite, back at their own 16-yard line. 3rd and 19.
And that's going to be one, Coach Helton will take Grennan aside and say, hey, you don't always have to just take off downfield. You can step up, learn to slide, and feel where that pressure is coming from in the pocket. Again, young sophomore.
That was Vigliotti that time. Now Grennan will step back in for 3rd down as we got the end of the quarter here. I believe they're playing 2 quarters, or the equivalent of 1 half, I'm pretty sure, in this one. So I think we still have a quarter to play between Satellite and Palm Beach Christian.
I thought they were playing 2 halves. Hold on. Let me find it from our PA guy.
So that's the first half of this game now coming to a close here. It's just 12-minute halves here. No quarters. So that's the first half is done. Satellite with the advantage 15-14. It's not going to be a full halftime. We'll jump back in like a quarter break almost. And it'll be Satellite's ball still at their own 16. They'll just flip the field here and have it 3rd and 19 still. As the last 12 minutes now will go up on the clock. Satellite leads by 1. They have the ball with 3rd down and 19 now. And the shotgun is Brody Grennan with Logan Waite in the backfield with him. One receiver to the near side, trips on the far side for Satellite. For 3rd down and 19. Grennan drops back to pass. Has time, throws a slant, nearly intercepted, as that was right off the hands of Jimmy Sinkfield. And I don't think Sinkfield was even expecting that to come right at him, but a bullet straight to the defense is incomplete. Lucky break for Satellite and Grennan, but the punt unit kind of going to come out here for Satellite on 4th and 19, as they will punt for the first time in this one and give Palm Beach Christian the ball with a chance to take the lead for the first time. Caleb Garner back to punt for Satellite. Garner 1 for 1 on extra points in this game, first punt of the game.
Correction, that's 4th down.
Deep to receive it is Carlos Powell. No blitz and no punt return here, so Garner will get a good spiral there, and it'll be received by Palm Beach Christian at their own 46-yard line, and that's where their drive will begin. Once again, as a slow start to the game for Palm Beach Christian, but 2 big touchdowns have come, and they have cut this lead down to 1 for Satellite, 15-14. Their last touchdown came with a 2-point conversion, tacked on by Derek Flanders after a big touchdown run by Ryan Ferdinand on 3rd down.
I'd like to thank our new sponsor, Florida Breeze, for the second half sponsor.
Tell you more about them at our first break in the action. 1st down and 10, Palm Beach Christian at their own 46-yard line. Solid field position here for the Saints. As will be trips far side, one receiver to the near side. Quick blitz off the edge, and they're going to get straight to the quarterback. Unblocked goes Alan Steffen for a big sack on 1st down. That's going to bring up 2nd and long for the Saints as Steffen shifted onto the line at the last minute there and went unblocked off the edge. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. 2nd down and 21 now for Palm Beach Christian at their own 35. It's a loss of 11 brought by Steffen. Coming off the backside of Flanders. Didn't see it coming. Neither did the offensive line as he went straight in off the edge.
That's what's so good about the 3-3 stack is they can bring blitzers from everywhere.
Flanders will drop back. Satellite will bring 4. Flanders on the out. It's hauled in on the zig route. Breaks a tackle. And he'll be brought down after a decent gain. Not quite back up to the original line of scrimmage as hauled in by Ryan Ferdinand. It's going to bring up 3rd and long here for Palm Beach Christian. We have a flag down back at the 30-yard line, though. It's going to be a false start on the offense, or an offensive offsides, rather. That's going to bring up 2nd down. Second down and 26 now for Palm Beach Christian back at their own 30-yard line. It's a pretty big hole to get to the 1st down marker, but we've seen plenty of big plays in this game, so we'll see if Palm Beach Christian can strike up one here on 2nd and 26. Play fake, rolling out left, getting outside of the blitzer, throwing downfield, intercepted by Noah Flores. 2nd interception of the game for the Satellite defense. Flores on the return, still on his feet. Flores still going, and he's going to bring it all the way back to the Palm Beach Christian 30. And that's the 2nd interception Satellite's had in this game, and that's the 3rd throw into double coverage by Flanders, trying to go downfield. Flores undercuts the ball. It was him and Roddy in the area, and a good return of about 30 yards. We do have a flag down again here. And
it just came out, meaning someone said something, and again, it's hot. You've been hitting your teammates for 2-3 weeks now. Again, it's hot. It's preheating. Okay, it's the Florida preheat, but in those shoulder pads and helmets, sometimes your emotions get a little carried away.
Unsportsmanlike on satellite, so that's going to take 15 yards off that return. As now they've had 15-yard penalties on both those returns, so 2 really big returns on the interceptions, but this one's going to take it back. Still in Saints territory to take over. First down and 10 at the Palm Beach Christian 46 for satellite. On a return that Flores got all the way up to the 29. As the Scorpions once again looking to extend their lead. Second interception of the game by this defense. 10 minutes to go in this game. Satellite leads at 15-14. Bottom of the first inning, the Vieira Hawks boys baseball trailed Dwyer. And that is the state semifinals, the Final Four. Vieira chasing a state title, as is Merritt Island from Brevard County.
You got 2 in softball that are chasing a state title. 2 regional finals being played tomorrow.
No, Melbourne's one of them. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Flores at the running back breaks a tackle. Flores outside, cuts back inside. Flores still on his feet, dragging a defender, and that's going to be a gain of 21 yards for Noah Flores. He's already over 100 all-purpose yards in a game that's only 1/2 long. So Flores hasn't not shown any regression from the offseason. I don't think anyone expected that, though.
No, that's
going to be first down and 10 satellite at the Palm Beach Christian 26.
Defense is always going to be strong for satellite. If you know anything about a Coach Helton coach team, that defense will always be ready.
Grennan in the shotgun. He'll hand off to Logan Waite, but 3 blitzers were there straight through the line, and that's going to be a loss on first down this time. As Waite doesn't have any time to operate there on the handoff. It's going to be second down and 12 now for satellite back at the Palm Beach Christian 28-yard line.
Update just came through from Allen. Dwyer up 2-0 in the bottom of the first inning.
Vieira's got to slow down this run. Second down and 12 now for satellite at the Palm Beach Christian 28. Bigliotti drops back, throws a screen to the outside. It's hauled in, but tripped up coming inside was Parrish Jarnes. That's when I think if he just cuts up or goes the other way, he could get some more yardage there, but kind of ran into the defense there. Gets a few yards back. It'll be third down and 9 for satellite at the Palm Beach Christian 25. Definitely 4-down territory based on where they are on the field.
Tomorrow night, you'll see one of the softball region championships on the Brevard Sports Network. Melbourne and Bartow, 2 of the top pitchers in the country. Jazzy Francic and Kate Osterley.
Brennan drops, throws wide open down the seam, and it's overthrown, looking for Parrish Jarnes again. And he leads him about a step too far, and that one could have been a touchdown, but again, just a little far in front by Grennan. And that's going to bring up fourth down and 9 for satellite at the Palm Beach Christian 25. The offense going to stay on the field here. Satellite going to go for it with 7:55 to go in the game. As Vigliotti in at quarterback here. 2 receivers split either side. Vigliotti drops back, throws it to the far side. It is nearly intercepted, but it's dropped, and, well, would have been a pretty good highlight, but it's going to end up working out better for Palm Beach Christian that he didn't intercept it yardage-wise, as they'll take over at their own 25, and what was definitely a promising satellite drive is going to stall, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Palm Beach Christian will take over at their own 25-yard line. You look back to that third down play. They had Parrish Jarnes open. Slightly overthrown by Grennan, and that difference is the difference between a possible touchdown and a turnover on downs, as we'd like to thank our sponsor. As it's that time of year again here in Florida where temperatures are going to start feeling like triple digits on the daily. Don't get caught with an AC that doesn't cool or is on the brink of not working. Call Brevard Sports Network's newest sponsor, Florida Breeze Air and Heat. Melbourne's premier AC service is locally owned and operated. We'll tell you more about them, even more about them, when we get a longer break in the action. But that's an introduction to our newest sponsor. Their information there at the bottom of your screen with their services. It's going to be a screen pass here. Satellite nearly got it in the backfield. They are going to get it in the backfield as the screen pass goes backwards for the Saints. Kawan Ingram hauled it in. He goes for a loss, was initially hit by Braden Benowitz, and then had a second tackler that came in to clean it up there for a loss of about 3 yards. Going to be second down and second and 13 for Palm Beach Christian at their own 22-yard line. As Derek Flanders will head back into the gun here with his running back, number 15, Eugene Thilot.
Referee helping fix an equipment issue.
Second down and 13 now for Palm Beach Christian. Drop back to pass. Blitz coming hard by Satellite. And he's going to be brought down, and it's going to be a sack by Satellite, number 45, Michael Middlebrooks, number 55, Jackson Hurdy. Or sorry, number 44, Ethan Holden, number 55, Jackson Hurdy, making the play there in the backfield for a big loss. It's going to be third and long.
So typically in a sack, you can only really give halves. And if we're going by that, which two players get the half sack?
Yeah, I don't know. Split it into thirds.
A third of a sack. I don't know. Jackson, there was at least 4 people there. So then you go a quarter of a sack?
I don't know. Third down and 20 for Palm Beach Christian back at their own 15-yard line. Flanders drops back, throws on a comeback route. It's hauled in as he'll get 5 yards back there, but it's still going to be fourth and long as it was hauled in by Senegar Smith for a gain of 6. It's going to be fourth and 14. C.J. Benson makes the tackle. We've seen this team punt one time, but with only 5:20 to go in this game, they trail by 1. They are going to get into punt formation. Jimmy Chamu back to punt it away here on fourth down and 14. Again, no returns here in the spring game. We'll see where Satellite can down it. Chamu, short punt here. Roddy gets under it, and Satellite will take over in Palm Beach Christian territory here. Satellite with a chance with a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion could seal the game if they can go back up by 9. I'll tell you now more about our sponsor, Florida Breeze Air and Heat. They're Melbourne's premier AC service. They're locally owned and operated. Florida Breeze employees know getting your air conditioning working correctly or up and running is serious business. Florida summers are hot, and you don't want to feel that burning heat for long. That's why so many Brevard County residents trust Florida Breeze with their AC repairs in Brevard and call them when they need their systems serviced. Florida Breeze gets things done quickly, right, and with a great price, saving you money, time, and getting you and your family cool faster. For sales, service, and installation, call 321-951-8767 or visit online at floridabreeze.com. Be first down and 10 Satellite from the Palm Beach Christian 45. Great starting field position. But I think the number one goal of this drive with 5 minutes left on the clock is to run that clock and try and secure this game, or at least score with very little time left on the clock to make sure that you don't have to play defense for too long. But as I mentioned, as well as the clock, you want to score because you only lead by 1 as of right now, meaning any score by Palm Beach Christian could give them the lead. First down and 10, Satellite at the Palm Beach Christian 45. Grennan hands off Noah Flores. Flores got a flag coming in here after a 5-yard carry by Flores, but I think it's going to be a hold here on Satellite. Yep, holding on the Scorpions there.
Will be holding on Satellite.
It's going to bring up first down and 20. That's not a great way to start this drive. The only positive, I guess, you could take if you're trying to be optimistic is run some more clock if you're Satellite.
But the clock stops while they move the penalty.
Now first and 21 as they tack another yard on for good measure. First and 21 for Satellite back at their own 44. First down all the way at the Palm Beach Christian 35. First and 21, handoff up the middle. Logan Waite with a solid carry. He'll get about 6 or 7 yards back. It'll bring up second and long here. Back across the 50-yard line for Satellite. It's going to be second down and 14 for the Scorps at the Palm Beach Christian 49-yard line. Second down and 14 for Satellite at the Palm Beach Christian 49. Grennan drops back to pass. Quick throw over the middle is incomplete, intended for. And a flag's going to come in late there. And I think that's going to be pass interference on Palm Beach Christian as he was looking for Austin Williams over the middle. He got hit right before the ball came in, and I think that's what that flag's going to be on here. And we'll see the call by the head ref here in a moment. Gives the first down signal, and there it is, pass interference on Palm Beach Christian. And instead of it being 3rd and 14, it's going to be 1st and 10 for Satellite as they catch a break. Austin Williams was pleading the ref for that one. He gets the call he wanted there, and I agree. He got hit right before the ball came in. And that's one, if he doesn't make any contact, I don't think Williams would have gotten to that ball anyway. I think the coverage was strong, but he just makes that contact that kind of turned him around before the ball came in. And that's the difference between 3rd and 14 and 1st and 10.
And I think people are going to wonder, well, why did the flag come so late? These games are not just spring games for the players; they're spring games for some of these referees too. And so someone was that's that guy's call, that's that referee back judge's call. He was giving the back judge saying, "Hey, you need to throw that. That's your call." Oh,
Noah Flores on the jet sweep gets out of pressure, pushes it outside. He'll pick up gain of about 5 there. Solid carry that was almost a loss of 2 or 3 yards. Flores got to the edge and gets positive yardage. Goes out of bounds, stops the clock, though, after a gain of 7 yards. Second down and 3 now for Satellite at the Palm Beach Christian 27-yard line. Clock and stops now at 3:40 to go in this first game of 3 tonight.
I'd like to welcome Titusville Terriers head coach John Holmes to the broadcast.
Second down and 3 for Satellite at the Palm Beach Christian 27. Grennan in the shotgun. He'll hand off to Logan Waite up the middle. Waite will get a first down and more inside the 20, inside the 15-yard line. Flag comes in late on the tackle. And that's probably going to be a 15-yard penalty here, half distance to the goal, as the flag comes in on the tackle itself. Big first down there for Satellite. A gain of about 14 yards. Looks to tack on a few more on the tackle. Inside the Florida Breeze red zone.
Personal foul, hit to the head on the Saints.
That's going to be a personal foul, helmet-to-helmet contact there on Palm Beach Christian. Would be a 15-yard penalty, but not 15 yards to give here. But that'll place Satellite half distance to the goal here at the Palm Beach Christian 6-yard line with 3.5 minutes to go. A big-time opportunity for Satellite to cash in. Bigliotti in the shotgun. Flores in motion. The give to Noah Flores. He breaks the tackle, trying to get around the edge. Noah Flores around the corner. Touchdown, Satellite. Second touchdown of the game for Noah Flores. This one from 7 yards out, and again, that one looked like it was going to be a loss of yardage. Flores breaks the tackle, and I'll tell you, when Noah Flores gets the corner, it's hard to catch him. And that's another touchdown for him in this game. Satellite will jump ahead by 7 pending the extra point. And we'll see if Coach Helton goes for the strategy again of going for 2 to go up by 2 scores.
Again, you know, we can't say enough about Noah Flores. 2 touchdowns on the day, an interception, which the return was cut short by a penalty. I mean, come on. This kid is an awesome athlete. I've had a joy of watching him play since youth ball, and it's awesome to see him shine on a big stage here in high school ball.
I'll be excited for this season for him. Maybe see some offers start flowing in, no doubt. Yeah, Satellite is going to go for 2 here. If they can get it, they'll go up by 9. 2 possessions with 3 minutes to go. They fake the jet sweep. This time Grennan with the keeper. And Palm Beach Christian not going to give up to that again. Give that up again. Play made by Matthew King. And now the deficit will stay at 7 for Palm Beach Christian with 3 minutes to go. Plenty of time to score. We've seen this team score on a 1-play drive, 3-play drive. So the time isn't a huge issue here for Palm Beach Christian. But Satellite's defense has been good against the run. The big plays of just what has been the bread and butter for Palm Beach Christian in this game. We'll see if the Saints can get the big play to break here to try and tie or win this game, as it's going to be 1st and 10 Saints at their own 25 after the 6-yard touchdown by Noah Flores, his second of the game. Two touchdowns in this game for Palm Beach Christian. One scored by Ryan Ferdinand, the other by Senegar Smith. 1st down and 10, Palm Beach Christian at their own 75, or at their own 25. I was going to say looking for another 75-yard touchdown. Dropping back to pass. Quick throw on the screen. That one nearly jumped, but it's hauled in by Senegar Smith. 1st down and more for Palm Beach Christian on the quick screen.
Pass complete. Given up for 1st down, number 8, Senator Smith.
Senegar Smith hauls it in. It's going to be 1st down and 10. Palm Beach Christian at their own 39. It's a gain of 14. A.J. Taylor makes the tackle. Looked like Landon Mintillo trying to come in there and jump the pass there, and you miss it. That gives open space to Smith for the 1st down. 1st and 10. Palm Beach Christian at their own 39. Drops back to pass. Throwing on a comeback route is hauled in. Satellite swarms the tackle for a gain of 1.
Tackle made by Kyle Larson.
As that one hauled in by Ferdinand for a gain of 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 for Palm Beach Christian at their own 42. Moving the ball pretty well here. Clock coming up on 2 minutes to go. Second down and 7. Drops back, throwing over the top. It is intercepted by Satellite for the 3rd time in this game. Returning it down the sideline. Still on his feet. Still up. Following the blockade. It's going to go all the way. Touchdown Satellite. What a play.
Pass intercepted and return for a touchdown, number 31, Chris.
Wow.
And a pick 6 for Satellite. Going about 70 yards there, as it looked like he was dead to rights multiple times. Stumble, stays on his feet, follows the brigade of blockers for the pick 6.
And that's what you call blocking for a teammate. Pretty much half the defense corralled around him and said, no one's getting through us.
That's the 3rd interception of the game for Palm Beach Christian. And with the game on the line like that, you can't make that pass. And again, that's just into double, triple coverage. And it was nearly dropped. He bobbled it, secured it, and took off for the races. And Satellite's gotten great returns on both of them, both the other 2 interceptions so far. This one finally breaks all the way with no penalties for the 70-yard pick 6 by number 31, who was Chris Fudge with the pick 6. for Satellite that time, and now they'll bring back on Caleb Garner for the extra point. He's 1 for 1 in his tries today. And this one to go up by 14 with only 1:42 to go in the game, as that one most likely the dagger for Palm Beach Christian in this game. Garner kick is up and good, as Satellite goes up by the biggest lead of the game, 14 points here with 1:42 to play in game number 1 of 3 tonight, on a 70-yard pick six by Chris Fudge.
I'll tell you what, Chris Fudge took a hit from number 0.
Derek Flanders, the quarterback, who saved one of the other pick sixes.
He came in and laid a hit, and Fudge stopped, shook it off, and still ran behind that wall of humanity that surrounded him.
He stumbled for like 5 yards, then regathered himself and snuck through the crowd.
And look, Flanders hit Fudge so hard that Flanders had to come walk off the sideline a little gingerly, like he threw everything he had into that hit.
That was Flanders' 3rd interception of the game for the Saints. And on a big drive that was moving well, Palm Beach Christian tries to push it far downfield again. Now they've gotten one deep pass to go for a 75-yard touchdown, but the other three times they've tried it, the other 4 times, one was a dropped interception. Now we've had 3 other interceptions by Satellite on the deep ball as they've adjusted well, playing over the top with their safeties. They got 2 safeties here. 1st and 10 for Palm Beach Christian at their own 25. New quarterback in the game here. Quick pass underneath is hauled in. It's going to be a 1st down and more down the sidelines. And he'll be driven out of bounds by Chris Fudge. And the reception by Kawan Ingram. Fudge gets a pick six and makes a good tackle there. Number 18, the new quarterback, Andrew Faquire. 1.5 minutes and counting to go in this game. 1st and 10. Palm Beach Christian at their own 43-yard line. Faquire drops back to pass. Now he's going to go deep. And that one overthrown off the official. Incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. That was the opposite problem they've been having in this game with the deep balls. He overthrows that one. For Jeremiah King.
Jackie Woodson, no. Brevard Sports Network, unfortunately, will not be making the trip over to Eustis with O'Galley softball. We reached out, and unfortunately, we will not be able to make the trip.
2nd down and 10 for Palm Beach Christian at their own 43-yard line with 1 minute to go in this game. They trail by 2 touchdowns. Satellite brings a blitz. It gets picked up. Faquire steps up in the pocket, lets it fly. Nobody there. And it'll be incomplete. Overthrown there. Just a heave to get out of trouble there, looking in range for Siniger Smith. And it's going to be 3rd and 10 Palm Beach Christian at their own 43. Especially with no kickoffs in the spring games, I don't know if there's a chance that they can make this comeback without a crazy turn of events, because no onside kick potential.
I'd like to welcome the Melbourne High School softball page tuning into the broadcast. We will be on the road with them for the softball match of the year. Melbourne softball versus the Bartow Yellow Jackets. Alan Slaughter-Zinski on the call.
Timeout, Palm Beach Christian, they got one more after this. 2nd timeout of the game for the Saints. Trailing by 14 here with 59 seconds to go.
But yes, we had arrangements and a plan ready to go to Eustis. Alan was going to go to Bartow, and I was going to go to Eustis. But upon request, we were told that we would not be able to make the trip, and so that's that. But good luck to the O'Galley Lady Commodores. Bring another regional championship to Brevard, and let's send 2 teams to Claremont. I'm going to give a little shout-out and throw down to the Palm Beach Christian cheerleaders. They may not be from Brevard County, but they're out there toughing it out in the heat, cheering on for this spring game.
3rd down and 10 for Palm Beach Christian at their own 43-yard line. Satellite with 2 deep safeties trying to take away the deep ball. Faquire, blitz coming, steps up in the pocket, getting outside. Ball's dropped. That's a fumble. Faquire is going to get it back himself. He's going to throw it up. That's going to be an incomplete pass after it's all said and done, as he was getting hounded all over the field by Grant Garrett. And Andrew Fequire avoids complete disaster. As an incomplete pass is probably the best case scenario out of that play, among a sack, a fumble, and a lot. And it's going to be 4th and 10 now for Palm Beach Christian at their own 43. So once again, that 3-3 stack blitz Satellite brings, gets through. Faquire ends up getting it away at the last moment to avoid a sack after the ball was fumbled. He got it back and threw it. It's an incomplete pass. 4th and 10 now. Last chance for Palm Beach Christian. 45 seconds to go in the game. They trail 28-14.
All right, so just a quick letting everyone know. So at the end of this game, we are going to cut this broadcast and go restart another broadcast when the second game begins. There's going to be a 10-minute intermission, and so there'll be a second broadcast strictly dedicated to Satellite.
4th and 10, comeback pass is hauled in, trying to get to the outside. They will get the first down and more down the sideline. Good blocking, and it'll go out of bounds. Jeremiah Parks hauls it in on a comeback route that started about 5 yards short of the line to gain, ends up going for 20 over the line to gain. It's going to be a 1st and 10 now for Palm Beach Christian at the Satellite 29-yard line. 35 seconds to go for the Saints, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Palm Beach Christian will be back for the last game of the night versus Holy Trinity. Our next game will be Satellite versus Holy Trinity in the Brevard County Battle of the Night. Satellite will have to do double duty, go back-to-back. 1st down and 10, Palm Beach Christian, Satellite 28. Faquire drops back to pass, lets it fly, wide open on the outside, is hauled in, and it'll be brought down after a gain of 14 yards. 1st down and 10 up to the Satellite 15-yard line by Kawan Ingram. Clock continues to roll now, down to 20 seconds to go as the Saints trying to punch it in one more time before this one's over. 1st down and 10 at the Satellite 14-yard line. Quick drop, fade to the corner of the end zone. It's caught by Parks, and he'll get it in. Touchdown, Palm Beach Christian. 2 big plays on that drive by Jeremiah Parks, as he had the 30-yard play on 4th down, and that one a 15-yard touchdown reception. Jeremiah Parks from Andrew Faquire. And with 6 seconds to go, Palm Beach Christian gets back on the board.
And the biggest pop of the night came from the cheerleaders when Jeremiah Parks' name was introduced.
They're going to go for 2 once again here to try and cut it to 6. Faquire drops back to pass on the 2-point conversion. Blitz coming, and he's going to be sacked. Leading the charge was Ty Getch. And now Satellite's going to have an 8-point lead with 6 seconds to go, 28-20. As they'll look to run the clock out on this game and start the night out 1-0. And I think the biggest play of the game at the end of the day was Chris Fudge, 70-yard pick 6, because Palm Beach Christian did drive down the field and score here, and that touchdown was going to end up being the difference here. Good playing by Andrew Faquire, coming in at quarterback here for the last drive of this game and leading a nice touchdown drive. We'll see if he comes out starting in their last game of the night against Holy Trinity in a little bit. Next game up again will be Satellite and Holy Trinity, the Brevard County showdown of the night.
Gonna be interesting to see what Holy Trinity looks like.
Won't see Brogan McNabb back at quarterback here for Holy Trinity, and we'll see how they look. The new look offense. Drop back to pass. Grennan's going to let it fly. Wide open down the sideline. Paris Jarnes on the last play of the game. He's going to go for 40 yards to close the first game out. From Grennan to Jarnes for 40 yards. Carlos Powell makes the tackle, and that'll be the first game of the night in the books. Satellite knocks off Palm Beach Christian to start the night 1-0. Palm Beach Christian will start 0-1 as 28-20 is the win for Satellite in game 1, as they'll head right back out, or they'll stay on the field to play Holy Trinity in 10 minutes for game number 2 of the night. It'll be Holy Trinity's first game and Satellite's final game of the Jamboree. We'll be back after a quick intermission for the start of game number 2 between Satellite and Holy Trinity.